Oh, we have piles and piles of Ask SP questions. In fact, I'd say there are piles for miles, so we better fire off some answers, starting with this video from FLAMEBOY.
Hi GGSP, I have 3 questions for you. 1. What are your favourite Pokemon? 2. Are Turtwig, Grotle and Torterra in Sword and Shield? And 3. Have you done a review of Geometry Dash? Thanks, bye!
Thanks, FLAMEBOY. In answer to your first question about favourite Pokemon, well, I don't claim to be the very best Pokemon trainer, like no one ever was, but I am pretty fond of Kingler. That giant crab has helped me claw my way out of some tough battles. Oh, and Farfetch'd. I love the whimsy of a Pokemon that just carries a leek around. Or Spring Onion, or whatever that is. Oh, and the Galar evolution of Farfetch'd. Surfetch'd. So noble. As for whether Turtwig, Grotle and Torterra are in Pokemon Sword and Shield, well, I don't think they are. Sadly, not all Pokemon were included in the Sword and Shield Pokédex. I know the Pokemon motto is "Gotta catch 'em all," but I guess the developers had to make some tough choices there. On to the question of whether we've reviewed Geometry Dash. Well, as far as I know, we've not reviewed it on GGSP. Although, Goose did livestream it a few years back as part of his Hardest Games Ever stream. You can still find that one online.
I'm feeling pretty confident.
Moving along now to another video question, and this one comes from POPPI.
Hey, I've got 2 questions about 2 video games I play. Question 1, how do you defeat the monster in Lego Movie 2 video game? Question 2, how do you defeat Blizzy and Sandy on Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle? Hope you tell me soon. Oh.
Thanks, POPPI. In answer to your question about how to beat the monster in the Lego Movie 2 video game, well, there are a few bosses that could be described as monsters, so I'm not sure which one you're specifically trying to beat. The first boss in Apocalypseburg is referred to as a giant alien, so I wonder if you mean that one. In any case, most of the boss battles in the game follow a similar pattern, so no matter which monster you're facing, you'll first need to work out how to stun them. Look around for the major pieces of the environment you can interact with and how it might relate to the battle. For example, the Apocalypseburg boss will require you to electrify the water fountains. Once you've managed to successfully stun the boss, this is your opportunity to climb and parkour your way to the highest point on the boss possible. Then simply locate and smash the boss's power cores, repeat this whole process a couple of times, and that should do the trick. Best of luck defeating those bosses, POPPI. As for how to defeat Blizzy and Sandy in Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle, well, there are a few different approaches here, and it all depends on what upgrades you've invested in at this point of the game. But I can give you a few suggestions based on what I found useful. First off, team choice is key. For me, Rabbid, Peach and Luigi work best alongside Mario. Their sentries are great for drawing enemy attacks in this battle, especially when your opponents are using their Villain Sight ability. Like the Hero Sight ability that Mario and Luigi have, Villain Sight gives enemies an extra shot if you move into their range on your turn. So if you see that your foes have this ability charged up, it's a good idea to send a sentry out first thing on your next turn, if you can. The sentry will absorb the damage instead of your teammates. I also found it helpful having at least one of your team stake out some higher ground if you can. Having the high ground is almost always an advantage. Almost always. And remember to activate Mario and Luigi's Hero Sight abilities when you think your opponent might move out of cover and into range of your attack. Yeah. And of course, this game is all about strategy, so if something isn't working, try a different strategy. Now, I think we have time for one last video, and this one comes in from Riley.
Hello GGSP, I'm Riley and I'm 12 years old. I have 2 questions. 1, have you ever reviewed a Forza Horizon game? 2, do you think there's going to be an update for Minecraft Dungeons? Bye!
Thanks, Riley. In answer to your first question, well, yes, GGSP has reviewed a stack of Forza Horizon games. In fact, let me give Darren a call and see if he can run us through them.
Hello, this is Darren!
Hey Darren, Will here. Just wondering if you could give us a rundown of all the Forza Horizon games we've reviewed on the show.
Oh, affirmative! Charging my nostalgia laser! Oh, just kidding. I don't have a nostalgia laser. Yet. Now, GGSP reviewed Forza Horizon 4 back in 2018. Cruising through the UK countryside. Oh, what fun. And you also reviewed the LEGO Speed Champions expansion for that game last year, Will. Before that, Goose and I reviewed Forza Horizon 3, which had an Australia-inspired map. And before that, there was our review of Forza Horizon 2. You can find all of these past reviews through our online channels. And, I dare say, if and when a new Forza Horizon comes out, we'll probably review that too.
Oh, totally. Well, thanks for that scenic drive down memory lane, Darren. Bye.
Bye-bye!
Now, as for the question of whether Minecraft Dungeons will be receiving any updates, well, yes. In fact, the first update, Jungle Awakens, arrived not long ago. And I hear there's one called Creeping Winter due out in the next few months. I doubt they'd stop the update train there, so I imagine we'll be seeing more in the future. Now it looks like we're out of time for Ask SP this week, but if you have a question for us, go here to send it in, and if it's a video we use on the show, you'll score yourself some GGSP loot. Whew. Well, there's still a bunch of question piles for miles, but it was sure nice to sit here for a while and file the piles in style.